it's Tiffany. Today we're taking a tour of the Doseum in San Antonio, Texas. I'm going to show you some of the exhibits that you can expect to see when you're there, tell you a little bit about what there is to explore with your kids as you learn. I'll give you some information about ticketing, as well as other tips that I think you might find useful as you plan your visit. So stay tuned. When you enter the museum, one of the first exhibits you'll see is this exhibit. It's called The Big Wind, and it has different tools that kids can practice blowing in the wind. The museum has a gift shop at the entrance. The gift shop features many different toys that kids might like to play with. It's more like a toy shop than focused on gear, although they do have specific souvenirs for the Doseum. One thing I particularly like about the Doseum Children's Museum is all of the outdoor play spaces that they have in addition to all of the inside spaces. So their outdoor spaces features this huge water play area. With the hot Texas summer heat, one thing I really appreciated was all of the shades that they put out there, and you can notice it's well planned. They have benches for parents to sit under the shades while kids are playing if you're not up there interacting with them. There is also an outdoor classroom out here and a play area to the back of there. You can see there's a play area with some climbing structures. There's another section which includes some outdoor water splash play over here. And then there's like a tree house kind of thing you can climb up. On the bottom of it, there's a fairy garden. There's also a fun bubble area with all different types of wands to create bubbles with outside. One section that they have that's a lot of fun for all ages is the force course. This is where you can explore loading balls into different spots and having it taken through the tubes. Compared to some other children's museums I've been to, I think the Doseum does an especially good job of appealing to different ages beyond just early childhood. They have this room which is focused on geography and city planning, and it also integrates technology throughout. This giant floor puzzle was a lot of fun. In addition to the geography area, there's also a fun science area. They have this tube where you can design parachutes and then try to get them to flow up and out. They also have this cool robotics machine where he mimics your motions when you stand in front of him. In addition, there's another robotics machine where you can practice coding. So you give directions to the robot and then it goes and drives around. I want to say a big thank you to all of our subscribers, and if you're finding this video helpful, could you please click the like and subscribe button. I share a lot of content about family travel and things to do with kids as you're exploring. Some other fun things to explore upstairs are the Create section, which features art projects that kids can use different pieces to make a project with. There's also a real work project where they have like wood stuff to build. And there's another lab which is only open when somebody's in there running classes. There are also some other technology features to explore. Okay, now we're moving on to my daughter's favorite section, which is the little town. It's focused on imaginative play for kind of your early childhood age group. They have a real car inside, which was a lot of fun to play with. Also nearby this section, there is a little section for babies and tots to play that's separated from this area. Some other activities in Little Kids Town include this really fun road that's drawn throughout the town, and then you can drive these little cars around. This is a car wash that you can drive through. As you cruise around town, you can take in the sights of Little Town. There is a bank, and inside the bank you can actually pretend you're the teller. There's a pretend spot to send your deposit through. There's also a Whataburger truck where you can go inside and pretend you are running the food truck, or play the role of somebody visiting the truck as a restaurant guest. Another favorite spot is the grocery store. I love that it's named after a big Texas grocery store, H-E-B. And they have all kinds of foods that you can shop for and practice sorting skills. There's also a deli section, a meat section. There is a checkout line, and the checkout line includes cash registers with actual touch screens. It's a lot of fun to be able to look in the cart and then find it on the screen and ring it up to find an actual total. Little Town also has this fun trolley, and the stops that the trolley shows are actual stops around San Antonio. All right, while you're enjoying some views of Little Town and some other exhibits in Little Town, I thought we'd talk a bit about admission. So currently the admission to the museum is $14 a person if you're paying full price. I wanted to point out that you should check the website because there are a ton of different discounts that the Doseum offers. Some of those discounts include a military discount, a discount for educators, discounts for seniors, and a whole host of other discounts. The Doseum is also part of the ACM network, so if you have a membership to another children's museum, you receive 50% off at the Doseum if they're part of the ACM network. I actually chose to buy a membership to the Doseum. They have really good prices on memberships for families, and even though we were only in Texas for 2 months, we got a ton of use out of it. So that's also another option depending how long you are there. If you're just there for a week, then I wouldn't suggest that option. The Doseum does a great job of encouraging literacy activities. They have this wall where you can make your own story, along with many other exhibits that support reading. So they also had this section where you act out a play or a story. They have all these different props, and it repeatedly films you while you're acting it out, and then you can watch your movie back on the screen. This was a lot of fun to play with, and usually there's a little bit of a line here because a lot of kids want to explore it. They also have storyboards where you can plan stories and many other literacy activities. They have this cool reading room that actually plays music to block out sounds around you while you read stories together. The Doseum also has this room of rotating exhibits. When we were there, it was a submarine exhibit over the summer. More recently, they made a really cool looking train exhibit in here that I didn't get to check out, but it looks awesome. This one had a slide and some fun submarine stuff to explore, but I think they change this exhibit out every couple of months with something new. Another exhibit they have is geared towards older kids, and it's like a spy exhibit where you go through and you act as a detective. My little one was too young to do it, but it seemed like it might have been a lot of fun if you have kids that are old enough for it. The Doseum also features a music room where you can explore with different instruments and sound. The Sensation Studio is a lot of fun for exploring light and sound and some science concepts with your little one. My daughter especially enjoyed the DJ booth in the light and sound exhibit, along with being able to draw on the walls. All right, while you check out some of the footage I have of the light and sound exhibit, I wanted to also mention that there is a cafeteria if you want to have lunch here. There's also some restaurants close by as well. You can easily bring a lunch and eat outside. They have a couple of tables inside too, but those are limited. All right, everyone, so we're nearing the end of our tour. If you have questions or comments to share about the Doseum, drop them in the comments section below. And be on the lookout for some of my other San Antonio videos along with travel videos that I'll link right here at the end.